Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all being safe. And as you know, we are operating under COVID-19 regulations. I really request you to please have your mask and maintain social distancing. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for being here to show their solidarity for Sikh Nation. And as you know, November 1st was recognized in 2018 as a Sikh Genocide Remembrance Day. And that was a very big accomplishment, not just for Sikh community, but I will say for overall the whole Connecticut community. Connecticut stand for social. This is what this day is all about social justice, equality, and it wasn't easy. It was a bold step, and I do thank our Senator Austin for leading that, and Kevin Ryan. But I will also say Governor Dan Malai had a very big heart to make sure this bill passes, even though there was a lot of pressure against that bill from Indian government. But we did the right thing. We did the thing for our community. This will not just provide healing to our community, but also a closure to our community, which is very important. We want to make sure people who live in our community feel that they belong here, and this bill exactly represented the feelings of the community. Today we'll be starting our event with Sikh prayer known as Ardas. In Ardas, every day Sikhs twice a day pray for well-being, not just for their family or friends, but well-being for whole universe. So we'll be starting our event with that, and then we'll be praying for all the victims who were died during November 1984 Sikh genocide event. I just want to say thank you for everyone being here and standing up for principles. And this is what our constitution is all about: freedom of religion, freedom of speech. And Sikh community don't need a lot from anyone. They just want to be accepted. They just want to have a freedom to do their flag hosting. They just want freedom to display their art. They just want freedom to display their history. And there are some black chapters of the history, but we need to learn from them. So this is very important event, and I really appreciate everyone for being here. I will stick to the program. I just want to quickly recognize some of our community leaders. We have Susan Biswick. She is a Lieutenant Governor of State of Connecticut. Thank you, Susan, for being here. And then we have Senator Kathy Austin, all-time favorite for Sikh community. And we congratulate you for winning the election. And we also have Peter Nystrom, Mayor of City of Norwich, always been a good friend for Sikh community from day one. And I still remember the first time I met him outside City Hall, and I was just trying to educate, who Sikhs are, because I really want our community to be recognized. That's the first thing, when people feel comfortable talking to you once they know that other person understands you. And that chapter has been continued for every year, and it has not just bring closure to people, but also helped Sikh community members to buy homes in Norwich, to buy businesses in Norwich. So it's part of economic development as well when we recognize any minority community. We will be starting our event today, and we also have Robert Bell from our Norwich community. And this event is not political. I will tell you, we are here to make sure everybody feel welcome. And the goal of the event is to denounce the hate, to denounce the division, and how we can treat everyone equal. So, and I would also like to recognize, we do have a citation from Attorney General of Connecticut, William Tong, and Kevin Ryan will be here soon. He's our state rep. And we also have Dean O'Brien from, he's executive assistant for Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff, who's from Norwalk, and the community from Norwalk know him very well. He joined us in every event, but he couldn't make it today. But Dean is here for the citation. I'll be starting the event from Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like you to join me with that. I pledge allegiance to flag of United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our pledge of allegiance speaks for itself, that we are here for justice for all, not just for one. So thank you very much. I would like to invite Bhai Manjeet Singh, who is representative from Gurdwara Guru Tegh Bahadur Foundation, to start this event with the Sikh prayer, Ardas.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜੀ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਅਰਦਾਸ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਜੀ ਸਹਾਏ ਵਾਰ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀ ਦਸਵੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਥਮ ਭਗਉਤੀ ਸਿਮਰ ਕੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਲਈ ਤੇ ਆਏ ਫਿਰ ਅੰਗਦ ਗੁਰ ਤੇ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਰਾਮਦਾਸੈ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਏ ਅਰਜਨ ਹਰ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਾਓ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਰਾਏ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਹਰਿ ਕ੍ਰਿਸ਼ਨ ਧਿਆਈ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਡਿਠੇ ਸਭ ਦੁੱਖ ਜਾਏ ਤੇਕ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸਿਮਰਿਆ ਕਰ ਨਾਉਨ ਦੇ ਆਵੈ ਧਾਏ ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਏ। ਦਸਵੇਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਭ ਥਾਈ ਹੋਏ ਸਹਾਏ। ਦਸਾਂ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਜੋਤ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਦੀਦਾਰ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਪੰਜਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਚੌਹਾਂ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ 40 ਮੁਕਤਿਆਂ ਹੱਠੀਆਂ ਜੱਪੀਆਂ ਤੱਪੀਆਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਵੰਡ ਕੇ ਛਕਿਆ ਦੇਖ ਚਲਾਈ ਤੇ ਗਵਾਹੀ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਅੰਡਠ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਪਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਸੱਚਿਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਾਂ ਸਿੰਘਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਧਰਮ ਹੇਤ ਸੀਸ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਬੰਦ ਬੰਦ ਕਟਾਏ ਖੋਪਰੀਆਂ ਲੋਹਾਈਆਂ ਚਰਖੜੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੜੇ ਤਨ ਆਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਚੀਰੇ ਗਏ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਲਈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਧਰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਹਾਰਿਆ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਸਵਾਸਾਂ ਸੰਗ ਨਿਭਾਈ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ। ਹੇ ਨਿਮਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਾਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਤਾਣਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਤਾਣ ਨਿਓਟਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਓਟ ਨੇ ਆਸਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਆਸਰਾ ਹੇ ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜਿਓ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਕਮਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਜੋਦੜੀ ਪ੍ਰਾਰਥਨਾ ਹੈ ਸੂਰਾ ਸੋ ਪਹਿਚਾਨੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਲੜਾ ਦੀਨ ਕੇ ਹੇਤ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਪੁਰਜਾ ਕਟ ਮਰੈ ਕਬੂ ਹੋਣਾ ਛਾਡੇ ਖੇਤ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜਿਓ ਸਨ 1984 ਸਿੱਖ ਜੈਨੋਸਾਈਡ ਰਿਮੈਂਬਰੈਂਸ ਡੇ ਜੋ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਈ ਸਵਰਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਤਿਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਮੂਹ ਟੀਮ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਮੂਹ ਸਾਥੀਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੋ ਪਿਛਲੇ 3 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਬੜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਔਰ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਯਾਦ ਮਨਾਈ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਗਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਾਇਰ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਸਾੜ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਧੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਬੇਪਤੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਜੀ ਉਸ ਮਹਾਨ ਸਿੱਖ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਯਾਦ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਜੋ ਸ਼ਰਧਾਂਜਲੀ ਸਮੂਹ ਅੱਜ ਪ੍ਰਾਰੰਭ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਗਰੀਬ ਨਵਾਜ ਜੀਓ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੌਮ ਤੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਮੇਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮੇਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਜਗਤ ਜਲੰਦਾ ਰੱਖ ਲੈ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਧਾਰ ਜਿੱਤ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਉਭਰੈ ਤਿੱਤੈ ਲਿਹੋ ਉਬਾਰ ਪੂਰੀ ਮਨੁੱਖਤਾ ਤੇ ਮਾਨਵਤਾ ਦੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਿਰ ਮੇਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖੋ ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਕਲੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਸ਼ ਕਰੋ ਸੁਖ ਹੋਵੇ ਨਾਮ ਚਿੱਤੇ ਆਵੇ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਣੇ ਸਰਬੱਤ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Thank you very much, Bhai Manjeet Singh ji, for this wonderful prayer. So Waheguru, as you have seen, heard, Waheguru came so many different times. So Waheguru is the expression Sikh community use to say, "Oh Lord, you're so great." So this is how we remember that one Almighty God, which is God of everyone. Our next on the list is Sikh national anthem by Mahinder Singh from Gurdwara Guru Ramdas Darbar, Windsor. And if you don't have this program, please get the copy because you can read the meaning of Sikh anthem as well. ਨਹੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੜ੍ਹ ਐਂਥਮ पर मोहे है शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो शिवा पर मोहे है शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो हर सो जब जाए लड़ो निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो निश्चय कर अपनी जीत करो बोले सोनिहार सत श्री अकाल कहो अपने ही मन को लालच हो गुण को उचरो लालच हो गुण को उचरो बोले सोनिहार सत श्री अकाल आरती हो निदान चले बोले सोनिहार सत श्री अकाल बोले सोनिहार सत श्री अकाल शिवा पर मोहिया शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो शिवा पर मोहिया शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो शुभ कर मन ते कबहू न डरो बोले सोनिहार सत श्री अकाल वाहेगुरु जी का खालसा वाहेगुरु जी की फतेह Thank you very much Bhai Sahab, Bhai Mahendra Singh ji for coming here today. Now next on our list is our special guest Susan Beiswick, Lieutenant Governor for State of Connecticut, and I'm sure you rather listen to her than me. So I appreciate you being here. Please come forward and say a few words. I would also like to make a little note that even the new administration under Ned Lamont has done wonderful work for Sikh community. March 14th was recently recognized as a Happy Sikh New Year. Month of June has been recognized as a Sikh Memorial Month in memory of all the Sikh martyrs. And there has been wonderful work. There has been Sikh members now which helped in reopening of Sikh places of worship. They were part of the committee of Governor Lamont, and we feel really blessed to be part of state of Connecticut and being just resident of state of Connecticut. Thank you very much. Please.
Thank you so much and welcome. And let's see if I can do this the right way. Ji Ayanu.
Yes.
Did I get that right? Ji Ayanu. Welcome to our beautiful state capitol building. Welcome to members of the Sikh community. We are very happy that you are here. I want to congratulate my friend Kathy Austin on her re-election to the state Senate and Kevin Ryan on his re-election to our state house. Mayor Nystrom, always nice to see you. Usually I see you in Norwich, but nice to have you back in Hartford. And good afternoon to everyone. I want to thank Swaranjit Khalsa for inviting me to join you on this very solemn occasion to commemorate the Sikh Genocide Remembrance Day. Today, we have the opportunity to solemnly reflect on the horrible events that took place in 1984, in which thousands of Sikhs were killed in anti-Sikh riots. And today, we have the opportunity in our state to honor the memory of those who lost their lives, and we must remember this history so that we ensure that nothing like this ever happens again. Religious discrimination, violence, violation of human rights are never accepted in our state, and we recognize the many contributions that the Sikh community has made to our very beautiful state. You've made it better. Governor Lamont and I are so proud that in 2018, Connecticut became the first state in the country to recognize Sikh Genocide Remembrance Day. And I thank the efforts of the World Sikh Parliment, the Sikh Sawak Society International, and Senator Austin and Representative Ryan, who worked to ensure that we remember this occasion. And the other thing that I want to say before I read the governor's proclamation is that our state is a very diverse and welcoming state, and we value diversity. We value the contributions of the Sikh community and every community in our state. We welcome immigrants because they have made our state the beautiful place that it is, and we will not tolerate hate and discrimination of any kind, whether it's racism, sexism, homophobia. We welcome everyone, and Governor Lamont and I fight hard every day to make sure that our state is not only welcoming, but it is a state where everyone has the same opportunities and that everyone is treated equally. It's a great honor to represent each of you. And if there is something that the governor or I could do for you, I hope that you will let me know. And it is my great honor to read the proclamation by His Excellency Ned Lamont Governor. Whereas proclaimed by the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, or status. Everyone has the right to life, liberty, and the security of person. Intolerance, violence, and violation of human rights have no place in our global society. The history of the Sikh genocide offers an opportunity to reflect upon the moral responsibilities of individuals, societies, and governments. The events that occurred in 1984 mark in sorrow the loss of Sikh lives, a great loss for both the Sikh community and global citizenry. The citizens of the state of Connecticut should remember the terrible events of the Sikh genocide and remain vigilant against hatred, persecution and tyranny. We must ensure that discrimination and violence do not take place in our community and to protect human rights universally. Therefore, in accordance with the state of Connecticut, I, Ned Lamont, Governor, do hereby proclaim November 1st to be, in perpetuity, Sikh Genocide Remembrance Day in the state of Connecticut, signed by Governor Ned Lamont and witnessed by Denise Merrill, Secretary of the State. And it is my honor to present you with that. Thank you all so much, and I'm glad I was able to give you this beautiful weather today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
They want to take a picture.
ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋਨੇਹਾ
Sat Shri Akal. ਕਰ ਲਓ ਜੀ ਬੱਚੇ.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's get one of
Yeah.
ours, because beautiful.
Thank you. And we will also like to present to you the welcome sign.
Oh, I'd be honored to put this outside my office.
ਇੱਕ ਮਿੰਟ ਰੋਕ ਲਓ ਬੁਲਾ ਲਓ
Oh, you want to join? Yeah. Just
This
maintain
is like
social
the one
distance.
that we have
Yes,
in
at the
Laurel.
city hall.
Oh, I love it.
Hold on 1 second, let some older members come together. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is actually not the real kirpan,
Okay.
but kirpan is article of faith for Sikh community.
Oh, okay.
And our state capital allows Sikhs to enter the building with kirpan, but it's a religious symbol
I see.
and not a weapon.
Okay.
And just for better understanding, we're going to present this to you as well.
Oh, thank you so
So-
much. Okay.
Yeah. There has been from Department of Justice lot many initiatives so people understand or security officers understand. And this symbol is conduct, which is even on the Sikh flags,
Oh, okay.
you know,
Yes.
and maybe
Recognize it.
one day we'll have the Sikh flag also at our state capital. We might need legislative management approval for that.
ਹਾਂ ਮਾਈਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੜਾਉਣਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਵਧੀਆ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ
To come to the area, so it's basically get part of the area, this is protection.
I understand. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you very much, Susan, for being here. Means a lot for our community.
You want me to take that?
Next on our list is Dean O'Brien. We welcome you here on behalf of Sikh community, and if you would like to share a few words on behalf of Senator Bob Duff, that'll be great. Bob Duff has been a good friend for Sikh community for many years. Norwalk was the first Sikh Gurdwara in Connecticut, so he won this election as well with more than 10,000 votes, I believe. So we are really glad to have him representing our community in the state capital. Thank you.
Hi everybody, thank you for having me, and it's a great honor to be here on behalf of Senator Duff, Lieutenant Governor Bysewitz, Senator Austin, Representative Ryan, Mayor Nystrom. Thank you for having me. I would just like to echo the comments of Lieutenant Governor Bysewitz. We are an inclusive community in Connecticut. We are glad you are here, and we're glad you're here at the Capitol today to take in the architecture and commemorate a very solemn, important occasion. So on behalf of the Majority Leader, thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing your stories with us. Thank you.
And we have a little gift for you. It's a plaque from World Sikh Parliment. Thank you very much. And now we have our Senator Kathy Austin. Thank you, Kathy, for being here. And Kevin Ryan as well at the same time. We have a good team. This event cannot be completed without both of you guys. So thank you for being here.
You don't need that, Kathy.
I don't need it. Okay. Kevin's gonna laugh because Kevin's gonna laugh because he thinks I'm loud anyways. So good afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm going to run over to the LOB and get the citations that I have and bring them back. They are sitting on my desk on that side of the building, not on this side. So I wanted to make sure I got out here because the beginning part of this event is always so memorable when we actually get to enjoy the anthem and the prayers, so that we understand, so that everybody understands that there are different communities that are around this great state and this country and this world that we need to remember. Mostly what I would like to talk about today is 1984. And I want to talk about 1984 and the history of the Sikhs, because without remembering the blood that was spilled in 1984, we are apt to commit other acts of atrocities. We need to remember when there is blood spilled on the ground that it does not dissipate. It remains as a stain on history unless we wash it clean. And the only way we wash it clean is to remember it and to call out those that committed that atrocity and make sure that they're held accountable. If we are not willing to stand up and stand out against atrocities, we will commit those atrocities again. Even this great building that the Lieutenant Governor was talking about holds its share of atrocities. The pictogram that's right up there is about the Pequot War, where the Pequots in the 1600s, at the hand of our first Lieutenant Governor, were slaughtered and burned alive. I've been working for the last 2 years to have it removed, along with the Lieutenant Governor's statue of Governor Mason. The fact is that we need not hold them up as heroes, and we should not hold those people up as heroes that committed the atrocity in 1984. Let's hold them accountable. Let's make sure that they pay a price for what happened. Let's make sure that they are not allowed to continue committing the atrocities against men and women who believe differently than they do. That is not a sin. That is not a crime. That is okay. You should believe something different. You should be recognized as those that have a different way of looking at the world, and that should be honored and respected. And when we don't honor it and we don't respect it, then we allow that blood to stay as a stain on the history of the country of India. We allow it to stay as a stain on the history of the people of the world, and we need to make sure that that changes. That is my mission in life, is to make sure that we hold people accountable for their sins and their acts of atrocities. Let's make sure that we don't ever forget genocide when it happens, and make sure that we're holding people accountable. Thank you very much for letting me come again today. I really appreciate it.
So we have a commemoration plaque this year from World Sikh Parliament with a very beautiful message for Kathy and for all elected officials. May God give you strength to fight against injustice, racism, profiling, and bigotry. May He helps you promote cultural diversity and religious acceptance. So we will be presenting this to Senator Austin and Kevin Ryan.
Thank you. And Kevin.
Take the picture. Thank you very much. Next one on the list is Kevin Ryan, State Representative.
I think a lot of what I was about to say has been said, but I do want to thank you for giving me this honor of being able to be here with you today. I want to thank the Sikh community of Connecticut for this ceremony where we remember the 1984 Sikh genocide. Today we remember the victims of 1984 anti-Sikh group riots, which numbered about 2,800 deaths across India, including 2,100 in Delhi. Many of them died in horrendous ways. This, as the senator said, this is really a tragic day in world history, a day which should not be forgotten for the sake of those who suffered, along with their families who still wait for justice 36 years later. Although the U.S. acknowledged that grave human rights violations occurred, they should also recognize the riots for what they were, an act of genocide, something that the senator has mentioned that we have to be assured that it's not going to get repeated anywhere else in the world, and especially in our own country. Large numbers of people perished that day. They have to be remembered. We will continue to remember them with ceremonies like this as we move forward. So again, I'm humbled and honored to be able to be with you here today. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin, and I really appreciate your words. And thank you, Senator Austin, for this wonderful, powerful speech. And there's no doubt that even though Indian government always portray that it was a rights, it was something communal, but it wasn't communal. We have different communities, Hindu community, Muslim community, they all come to our gurdwaras, places of worship, help us in even washing utensils. We eat meals together. So it wasn't communal. That was just a propaganda by Indian state just to save their politicians who were in the front lines to commit genocide. It was a state-sponsored genocidal campaign, and that is why it has to be recognized as a Sikh genocide, not as a riots. So thank you everyone for being here. Next on our list is Peter Nystrom, Mayor of City of Norwich. And sorry, Peter, I didn't see your email till like last night, so that's why your name is not on the program, but you don't need to be on the program. You are always welcome in all our events. And like there are titles like mayor, but I will give him a title of friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed. So thank you for being here for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Every time I return here, I often reflect on the 18 years I served here at the state capitol, including with our lieutenant governor. Sometimes I feel I'm dating myself, my age, but it is always nice to be here. I want to congratulate State Senator Kathy Austin and State Representative Kevin Ryan on your victories most recently, and the City of Norwich looks forward to working with you both as we have in the past. I think it's really solid to have people who have the experience that we need in this community. And I'd like to acknowledge Swaranjit Singh. He talked about local officials. He's a member of our Board of Education here in Norwich, and he works very hard on behalf of the children. And so for that, I thank you. And I thank all of you for being here. He and I met back in, I think, 2010.
Yes.
And we've been friends ever since. And I can tell you the way he lives his life and conducts his affairs, I think is a shining example for everyone on how to live. I really want to say that, make that clear. You enrich our community, as do all the Sikh members who live in the city of Norwich. And you are most welcome. We are so glad that you are part of our community there and part of our state. I have a proclamation that I would like to read from the city. Whereas November 2020 marked the 36th year anniversary of horrific anti-Sikh pogroms, which claimed the lives of thousands of Sikhs throughout India in the first week of November 1984, whereas Sikhs were beaten with iron rods, doused with kerosene, and set on fire, and Sikh women, many of whom lost their husbands, sons, and fathers during the pogroms, were gang raped and sexually assaulted by the attackers, and Sikhs' home, businesses, and houses of worship were looted, damaged, and destroyed during the pogroms, resulting in the intentional destruction of many Sikh families. Whereas eyewitnesses, journalists, and human rights activists have compiled evidence showing that government and law enforcement officials organized, participated in, and failed to intervene to prevent the killings through direct and indirect means. And whereas individuals and organizations throughout the world recognize the need for justice, continue to demand prosecution of those responsible for the November 1984 anti-Sikh pogroms, and whereas we must remember those who lost their lives during November 1984 anti-Sikh pogroms and massacre, and recognize this as Sikh Genocide 1984. Now therefore I, Mayor Peter Albert Nystrom, and Norwich City Council President Pro Tem Mark Betancourt, on behalf of the Norwich City Council and the citizens of the City of Norwich, to hereby call on the residents of the City of Norwich and everyone across this state to remember all who were lost and to work diligently to prevent such a massacre in the future. Dated this 5th day of November 2020, signed by myself and our President Pro Tem Mark Betancourt. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. And we also have a little token of love. We have something different for you. I know you like art. This is portrait of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, popularly known as Sher-e Punjab or Lion of Punjab. He was the leader of Sikh Empire and for Kingdom of Punjab, also known as Sarkar-e Khalsa. So that's another portrait we would like to present it to you because it represents the leadership that was acknowledged even the worldwide recently, one of the best leadership in the whole world, where everybody was treated equally. Thank you.
I will proudly display this in my office at City Hall of Norwich so all can learn more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter,
Thank you.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Robert Bell from Norwich. He's our community member and helped World Sikh Parliament in their meal community program as well. And then we have Ajoy Kumar from American Humanist Society from Tamil community. So be ready. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the Sikh community, for inviting me here today. It was a great honor. My name is Robert Bell. I'm a resident of the City of Norwich. I'm a small business owner. And I'd like to honor you all today for your bravery and the work that you've done to come together and work diligently with our state representatives, and our senators and our governor to work together to be recognized and sympathized with this great achievement towards healing and understanding. We all must stand up to all forms of racism and inequities, to any race, any gender, in all forms. And I know that we do that in this state, but we must continue to resonate that message to the world as we are doing here today. And we are all equal, and each of us has a right to pursue all of our own dreams without our race or gender or any other inequities being in our way. Sarbat Dabala.
Thank you. Yeah, you did it right.
Okay, thank you.
Nanak naam chaddi kala tere paane sarbat da pala. The words which are part of the Sikh prayer that we ask for well-being for everyone. I invite our next speaker from Tamil community, Ajoy Kumar. to be here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vanakkam. Thanks for providing me an opportunity to share our thoughts and feelings as a member of Tamil community with our brothers Sikhs. I start by quoting Edmund Burke, the Irish scholar, who was commenting upon British atrocities on this very land, USA. The use of force alone is but temporary. It may endure a moment, but it does not remove the necessity of subduing again. A nation is not governed which is perpetually to be conquered. So with that, I was reading you a short work that this organization has produced or published on the title 1984 Sheikh's Crystal Notched. As a Tamil, I could totally relate with what happened in 2009 in Sri Lanka. As some of you know, Tamils are a linguistic minority in India and in Sri Lanka, and the genocide of 2009 has so many eerie, weird similarities with what happened for our Sikh brothers in 1984. That they could relate. Lorries or trucks were not used to carry goods, they were used to carry corpses, martyrs of this genocide. Places of worship both in the Sikh land as well as in Sri Lanka were not respected but bombed and shelled. Helicopter gunships were not used against an enemy army but against own citizens of the respective countries. Children begged their own army not to seek help but to let go of their parents. They wanted protection from their own army to not to be killed. Another interesting similarity, there was not enough time, there was not enough land, or there was not enough wood to bury and burn or the fallen victims. Women were raped before, during and after their death. I conclude by saying, let voice of people be heard and justice prevail. As you rightly captioned in your posters, without truth there cannot be justice, and without justice there cannot be freedom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajoy.
Now I would like to invite, we have speakers from our own community to enlighten you all upon the reality of 1984 Sikh genocide, so we can have better understanding, because this event is more like educational event, because it's very important we should know our neighbors and know how they came here, why they're here, what happened to them. And this is one of the very important chapter of the Sikh community, and that's why we wanted this day to be recognized. I would like to invite Gurninder Singh Dhaliwal, who is treasurer of World Sikh Parliament, to read citation on behalf of his officials. And then we have Harjinder Singh, Mr. Harjinder Singh? Okay. And then we have Dr. Bakshish Singh from Self-Determination Council of World Sikh Parliament to be here. Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. First of all, I'd like to thank you, all my brothers from Pennsylvania, New York, all other states, and all the elected officials who came here in our tragedy happened in 1984 to stand with us. I have one proclamation from City of Holyoke. When the first Norwich city recognized genocide, and after like a year or so, we talked to our mayor Alex Moore, and me and Swern was there, and I'd like to thank you, Swarnjeet, putting his effort and all the hard work. 3 years ago, we were sitting in the Capitol office from since morning 8 till 7 in the evening, and when they passed that bill. I'd like to thank you to Swern. Behalf of Alex Moore, he sent us a proclamation for the year 1984 Sikh riots and declares the event in 1984, which is a destination and wrongly recognized state sponsor violation. Now there, I am Mayor Alex Moore, to recognize November 84 anti-Sikh violation in Indian as genocide. So one more, I have another citation from Speaker and our state rep Aaron Vega. Let's start. Massachusetts House Representative offer citation to the Sikh nation as recognizing the 36 year since 1984 Sikh genocide by Indian government. And I like to represent this behalf of our Speaker Robert and Aaron Vega. I like to call on the stage Pai Jugraj Singh, Pai Kebal Singh, Mr. Atwal, Pai Baksheesh Singh ji, so we can represent this to the World Sikh Parliament to Himmat Singh. Please join us on the stage, please. Kathy, can you please join us on the stage? Rajinder Singh ji.
Yeah. Kevin, you too. Kevin, please.
It's okay.
Come. We got to wait for the mayor. This can't be done without a mayor.
Can you lip a little faster, please? Sorry, Peter. Bothering you.
No one. Bole Soneha.
Sat Sri Akal.
Might as well take the picture with Kathy's citation too. You'll have to come back again.
Oh, she got it too?
Yeah, but right now.
Another one, we can
So the video will have them all together, shoulder on their sleeve. Thank you. One more.
Oh, yes. Kathy would like to read the citation. One is in recognition of 1984 Sikh genocide, and the other one is in recognition of the World Sikh Parliament for all the work they have done during COVID-19.
Thank you very much. This is for the Sikh community of Connecticut. It was an official citation introduced by myself, Senator Saud Anwar, Representative Emmett Riley, Senator Bob Duff, and Representative Kevin Ryan. In recognition of the designation of November 1st of each year as the Sikh Genocide Remembrance Day in the state of Connecticut, we join together to remember those who lost their lives during the horrific anti-Sikh programs which claimed the lives of thousands of Sikhs throughout India in November 1984. And the entire membership extends its thoughts and prayers on this memorable occasion and expresses the hope for continued success. And I'm not certain who you want to have that one. And this is for the World Sikh Parliament in recognition of all the humanitarian work that you have been doing in the state of Connecticut and tri-state area since March 2020. Your efforts include the distribution of more than 165,000 free meals, 23,000 masks, and other PPE to combat the COVID-19 pandemic are greatly appreciated. In addition, you have worked to promote awareness in diverse communities through multilingual signs. Again, this is from myself, Senator Saud Anwar, Representative Emmett Riley, Senator Bob Duff, and Representative Kevin Ryan. And
Mr. Emmett.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you for everything. It's such an honor to be working with you.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much.
Let me sneak behind you all.
Bole Soneha.
Sat Sri Akal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speakers are Dr. Bakshish Singh, all the way from Pennsylvania. I'd like to invite him to the stage and say a few words on behalf of all the community.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Today, here in Hartford, Connecticut, we are commemorating the 1984 Sikh genocide. In the first week of November 1984, more than 30,000 Sikhs were butchered. And this genocide was carried out with the connivance of the government of India and was carried out in 18 different states and more than 100 different Indian cities. Innocent people, like children, were cut into pieces and put ablaze. Sikhs were dragged from their houses and they were necklaced. A tire was put around their necks. Tires were put around their necks and they were put on fire. And they used incendiary powders to burn their bodies beyond recognition. This day in 1984, the conscience of India died. This day, the Constitution of India died. Neither the conscience nor the Constitution stood with the Sikhs. And it was carried out by the politicians and the police and the government officials. Not only that, when soon after the Sikh genocide, there was a petition filed by Manushi organization. Manushi organization went to the Supreme Court of India and stated that these are the methods how the Sikhs have been genocided, and recommended the reforms and recommended compensation for the victims. However, Justice Mishra, who was in charge of the hearing, did not hold the hearing. And Justice Mishra was made Chief Justice. And then he was given a very high position in Parliament as a member of the Parliament. Then the Indian government said, these are riots. Absolutely not. Sikhs per Justice, with collaboration of All India Sikh Student Federation, Peer Muhammad, he went to all the Indian cities and all the states where the genocide had happened and made a big list and made a report. On the basis of that report, the genocide was recognized and the riots, the word riots was rejected because it was planned, well planned, executed, and high degree of repetition. Same process was used in every city, in every state to massacre Sikhs, and thus it was connivance and planned and executed in a planned fashion, and the Sikh genocide was recognized first time in Illinois, city of Harvey, and then in many cities of California like Stockton, Bakersfield, Carmen City, and also in the province of Canada. The Ontario province recognized their assembly. There was a genocide. Assembly of Pennsylvania, state of Pennsylvania, one of the 13 colonies, and Connecticut also is one of those 30 colonies who have recognized this genocide. Especially I want to thank the people of Connecticut because they are one of the 13 colonies who fought the British to get freedom because they obeyed the oath the Americans took on 4th of July 1776 that if a government does not protect your rights, that government should be changed. You have right to, you have the certain rights which are unalienable rights to life, liberty, and pursuit happiness. And if the government doesn't give you those rights, then you should change the government. So genocide of the Sikhs has been going on since 1947. So the people of Punjab and Sikhs need to understand that this genocide is well planned. It didn't happen spontaneously. And the world experts say that what is a sign that the genocide will happen in future? if the genocidal victims are not compensated, if the justice has not been served, if the perpetrators have not been caught, if the genocide has not been recognized and the perpetrators are not punished, then the genocide will happen again. There are much higher chances genocide can happen again. I'm telling to the people of Punjab, and especially the Sikh community, that the genocide can happen again. And if you want that the next genocide should never happen, if you want that the Sikh ones should never be gang raped violently, if you want that your religion should be free, if you want to enjoy freedom, if you want to have economic prosperity, then you need to free Punjab. Then you need to create independent country of Punjab. And Sikh for Justice has a platform and the power. We are using the power of the pen, and the power of the pen is stronger than any ammunition, any bombs. So with the power of the pen, with the peaceful means, with the legal means, we want to get Punjab as free country. And in order to free country of Punjab, we are asking you to register your vote, and then you should cast your vote in the favor of independence Punjab. Only in an independence Punjab can the people of Punjab and the Sikhs can enjoy freedom. The Sikhs can enjoy economic prosperity and prevent the future genocide. I want to thank all our guests who have been here, all the officials of state of Connecticut, as we feel special connection to the state of Connecticut. It was one of the colonies in which people were persecuted, and they joined hands to get freedom from the British. So we have, similarities. We have connection with you guys, and I want to thank World Sikh Parliament, Swarnjit Singh, Himmat Singh, Bhai Dhaliwal Sahab, who have arranged this, and it's a great effort. It needs effort, and we really appreciate the efforts and you being here and coming and joining us to support our cause for freedom, and so that the genocide never happens anywhere in the world. Thank you very much.
I'd like to call Bhai Jagraj Singh for 30 seconds, and right behind Bhai Rajinder Singh ji. They're going to say a few words in Punjabi, and after that Bhai Himmat Singh ji is going to be reading the message from Bhai Jagtar Singh ji Hawara.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. Everybody said lot. This genocide is being done systematically with the system since 1984. First they attacked the religion, now they are attacking Punjab on the economic front. So the farmers, right now the farmers are protesting in the state of Punjab. So the government is making a law which they're going to take away their land forcefully, and the farmers are fighting. So are the Sikhs of Punjab right now. This system killings are going to go on. They attack our religion. Now the land where we work, make our living. So we are fighting for 36 years. They have not stopped, and we kept fighting, and we appreciate all the help from the Connecticut, Pennsylvania. This help when we get from you guys that make us strong, is stop those people from doing the wrong to our community. If we stop doing this kind of function, then they think they won. They're gonna do whatever they wanna do to anybody. That the system in India is one community is trying to dominate other community. It's the Hindu community. All the Hindus are not bad. There's a lot of them are good people. They are like brother and sister to us. But some of them communal people are trying to dominate, and they want to destroy the other community. So as a Sikh, we're gonna continue fighting and get the right for our community. They thought we're gonna forget this 36 years ago, but we're still standing under this great building. And thank you for all your people coming and supporting us. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.